Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Is the music at a good volume level? Can you hear the music at all? I don't know. I'm tired of testing that stuff every single pre-stream, so I'm just going to ask the audience now. Hello, Mulan and Psyche and Rohin. You're early. Yes, you can hear. Sounds good. Cool. Excellent. I changed a bunch of stream and encoder settings. Very boring stuff. And no one teaches you that. You just have to Google search endlessly and do test streams to yourself. It's a tad quiet. That's all right. I don't want it too loud. Yeah. How is everyone? Rohin says, man, I'm just going to start doing digital art. I haven't been consistent on it, but I've been doing traditional stuff. That's cool. It's funny because I've actually mostly been doing traditional stuff and haven't been consistent on the digital part. Both are fun, but I think lately I've been having a lot more fun traditionally. So at this point, I only do digital so I can record the process and I can easily record the process and have a video out of the recording, and I can stream it easily. I'm not there with traditional yet, but I like digital too. I like painting. I don't have the space to do all of this stuff traditionally, so digital will do. Doing pretty all right. That's cool. That's excellent. I'm glad you're doing all right, Psyche. I wonder how long I can stream before my cat interrupts me, as he usually does when I go live. He knows I'm streaming. What size monitor do I use? I have a 27 inch. No, I have a 24-inch monitor. It's a 1080p monitor. Even though I draw at a higher resolution than I never see my paintings at their full resolution. Yeah, I think most people have I think the average monitor is like around 27 inches. I have a slightly smaller than average monitor. Do you have your brushes on your Patreon? No, and the answer is no for a few reasons. One, most of my brushes are Photoshop brushes, like acquired from multiple places on the internet, from multiple brush packs that are both free and paid. That are, the second reason is converted to Clip Studio version brush formats. And I don't feel comfortable sharing all that if I didn't make most of it. Like, the most important brushes I have are just regular round and ellipse brushes. A few blending brushes that are from Ahmed Al-Duri's free brush kit. And like a couple brushes I modified the heck out of that I don't even know the source of anymore. So yeah, nothing crazy. So I don't really share brushes. I appreciate that you like the light on the thigh. I'm not a pirate. I shall say. I didn't get any of these things. Like, these aren't paid things that I just got for free. These were free brush packs. There are plenty online. I think there's one brush pack that I got because I like donated to an artist, but they're all mixed together. I don't know who and when, and they're probably at least 5 years old now. Yes, for the record, since this is live on the internet and recorded and documented, I must say that I am not pirating anything. Rohin says, I don't know, it feels a bit daunting to get back into digital art, but I'm gonna do it. That's great. I feel digital is like the best medium to get your imagination satisfied. Might be I think it's the best medium for flexibility, and if flexibility means that your imagination gets satisfied, then it might be the best for you to use it for that purpose. And your tastes may shift one way or the other constantly. So may I ask why Clip Studio Paint instead of Photoshop I've never used Photoshop before. I don't know how to use Photoshop. And Photoshop sounds like a program that you only use because either you need it for the fact that it's an industry standard, or you don't know anything else and you grew up with it and that's the only thing you're used to. Every Photoshop user I've ever heard speak about the program just complains about it. So like they just tolerate using Photoshop because it's what they're used to and it's what everyone else is using. I'm not interested in that. I got Clip Studio Paint like 7 years ago, version 1, for $25. It was a one-time payment. It's great for painting. I don't edit photos in it. I only paint and draw in it, and that's what it's meant for. And I like that. It works just fine for me. Never complained about crashes or problems that I often hear Photoshop users complain with. And also, I don't know if it's just me. I never got Photoshop. Maybe it didn't make sense to me. It felt like a confusing software. So maybe I'm lucky on that front. Hello, Soggy Cereal. Soggy Cereal says, meow. Malia says, now when you say it like that, I use Krita, and if I were to upgrade, I would use Clip Studio. Yeah, I often recommend Clip, although I don't know about the newer versions. Never touch them. I'm locked on I'm stuck on the oldest version. I'm sorry, the last version of version 1 before they redid their payment model, made it subscription based. I have no experience with that, so I can't recommend that. But I still have version 1 and I'm never updating it until it breaks. And I do like that. I've never used Krita before though. Well, I take that back. I have used Krita like years ago, but it wasn't optimized for my computer. So I ended up just getting Clip. Maybe that's changed though. I'm crying says Adobe was always indoctrinated into me since I think you mean a 12-year-old in middle school. Yeah, I think the Adobe indoctrination runs deep. Everyone knows Photoshop, so that's just what a lot of people default to. But I am glad that there are other options for digital art. Ty says, how long have you been painting this piece so far? I think this is like 2 hours in, 2.5 hours in. I'm just poking at it right now. Saki says, hey yo, how are you today? I'm all right. I think I'm doing okay today. Today might be fine, but I don't know, we'll see. You have Clip Studio 3.1, is that what you mean? How is that? And if you've used 1, like the original version 1, how does that compare? I've been stuck using Magma. I don't think I know what that is, but I've wanted to try Krita for its animation feature. I would give it Krita a try simply based on the fact that it's free. Clip also has animation features, but it's not free. You just have to try the demo if you're interested. Oh, you never use 1.0. You're still a beginner. It's all right. I don't. I wonder if you can still get it. I haven't looked. Does anyone know if it's like discontinued or on their website or anything? I never looked into that. Magma is online art collab program. Multiple people can draw on the same canvas. Okay, now that you describe it, I think I have seen people use that before. Haven't got a chance to try it myself though, but maybe one day I'll interact with other artists and partake in such activities. Roheen says, I started following you since I saw your art in which girl was going downstairs. I'll be honest, I don't even remember what drawing or painting I made that is a girl going downstairs. I forget my own art. Oh, you mean the painting with the girl holding a candle lantern thing? If that's what you're talking about, then you must have been here for a few years. Thank you. I found out after painting that, when people saw it, that apparently it's from a show or a series or something. I didn't know that, and I don't want to accidentally paint something that is belonging to like a show, or accidentally paint a famous person or anything, because I don't know anything. I don't know what's popular. And people are going to think I'm endorsing that or being a fan of that if they see a painting of that or a study. But that was years ago. I don't find myself doing that anymore. So nothing to be worried about. Your favorite painting is Horn Person? Thank you. That is the name of the painting after all. I like that one too. That's not what happened. I did not make fan art for a K-pop idol. That was a complete misguided act on my part. I totally misjudged the decision to use what I thought was an innocent art reference. I didn't know it was a famous individual, and I am not endorsing that individual. I have since scrubbed every instance of that painting from the internet. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Mulan says it's fine. Endorse is a strong word for just doing a study. I know it's a strong word. I'm joking. I just like how I like implying that I am condoning and endorsing the actions of this individual. I must add my disclaimer. Hi, Jordy. I was gonna ask for my money back. Well, you should have joined the second I went live. Yes, guilty. That's the word. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. He's not getting his attention. Let me go tend to my cat. 1 second. Okay. He demanded additional food. So I honored his request. He may demand more, but he must wait if that's the case, because I'm live. His voice is so deep. You think so? I never thought that about him. Hello, Discord email. Kill, I saw you from Steven Zapata's stream. Jenny, your art was Miller. Oh, thank you for joining. I recognize your name since I've watched basically all the streams. Nice to have you here. Hi, Natuma. Do you like any other media besides digital and traditional art? Maybe sculpturing? Um, I like I like sculpture, like marble sculptures and figures and statues like that. Like the like all the great sculptors from the 19th and 20th century. I like that stuff. I do find that inspiring for my work and particularly my traditional work. But I don't do it. I don't do any sculpture. I only do just painting and drawing. I think the biggest influence in my work is probably just probably music, piano repertoire, classical stuff from like the lots of 20th century work. Notes on a page. I like that stuff. That's about it. I don't watch a lot of media or listening to anything else, and I don't read. I think right now I'm in a period where the only art I've really been looking at is my own art. And most of my art consumption is just music. But that changes. He's crying again because he ate all his food. I keep telling him when the food is gone when you eat it, and don't be surprised that it's gone. Like that's what happens when you eat your food. It's gone. I think my roommate is feeding him. Most of what I consume is Pinterest art. I'm gonna be honest on it. That was me like to avoid to unboard. How do I say this? I don't want to open a can of worms, but to be succinct about it, I consumed exclusively Pinterest art until it became overrun with AI, and then I just stopped. And then I don't find myself consuming art anymore, especially if I'm just besides making art, I'm living the rest of my life for working. So time to look at art kind of fell to the wayside. I've just been prioritizing making my own stuff, looking at my own stuff. And I like that. I like that period when it occurs. He is not but skin and bones, the king. Yes, keep giving him your platitudes. He likes that. I know most people say that app is awful. Yeah. I mean, I like that Pinterest shows you cool things. I like looking at cool things. So, of course, Pinterest has often been the way that I would do that. But I think it's just more beneficial for me personally to like cut it out of my just not have that be my medium of intake, because more often than not I would just scroll rather than use it as a tool. It just became another app to scroll on. So For me, it keeps giving me normal things, some AI, but the comments always snipe at. Oh, that's good. And that is true. I notice comments point it out a lot if they suspect it's AI. Oh. My notifications are on, even though I turned them off. All right. Natuma says, Pinterest definitely gives me big inspiration boost to draw again, but lately I've been enjoying sculpturing with clay more than digital drawing. That's good. Change it up. It's good to have multiple ways to be creative. And yeah, I know the experience of Pinterest being an inspiration. I realized, for me, I just wanted to either not rely on inspiration or source it elsewhere. And that's just how I prefer to do things now. Mulan says, I've had issues with just looking at too many references and saving too many, and yeah, just scrolling. But more recently I have gotten a handle on it by limiting the amount of refs, also prioritizing getting started on a piece. Yep. Yeah, the approach in which, or the manner in which the references are used could also enable endless scrolling. Since I start a lot of my pieces now just from imagination, if I'm hunting for reference, it's more guided. It's more intentional and focused. I would used to just scroll Pinterest to find something to draw and base whatever I started drawing off of that, whatever I found. And that's assuming I settled on something. I usually just don't settle on anything and look and scroll and scroll. But now that I have an intent when I look for a reference, if I decide to, I don't find myself getting caught scrolling endlessly. It's like, grab what I need, plug it into PureRef, close the browser. And if I want to scroll endlessly, I let that be its own dedicated activity instead of a distraction or a reason not to start. I was talking to someone about how I couldn't find what to draw, and they were like, just draw. Yeah, I think I've been on either end of the spectrum. I've been the person giving that advice, and I've been the person get receiving that advice. I think just draw has its merit, but it has merits, but it's not it's not the way I tell people to do it. I mean, I start most of my pieces now by just drawing. And just hunting for interest in whatever randomness arises and see where I can go from there. But for a lot of people, it's just that's intuitive for them, so they don't put it that way. It seems simple, but kind of made me realize I was missing the point. I was going, what if I pick the wrong thing? What is the best thing to draw? But really just doing it is the best. That is true. That is true. When you are offered like an endless selection of potential aesthetics, of course you're going to keep searching for the one that appeases you more, and since it's endless, you're going to keep finding ones that are good options or not. So yeah, it's a trap from the beginning if that's not your goal to endlessly look. Also kind of freed me when they said I could do all the things I was being indecisive about. That is true. You can always do the other options at another time. I personally find that I never do the other options. I end up locking in on the one that I chose and enjoying that. So I do this thing where I write ideas or potential ideas of what I think would be interesting to explore in a piece. So I have like a log of written ideas, and I find I do that more than looking for visual ideas. Just write it down And if I'm really stuck, I'll look at that and think about it and then draw something loosely, freely. And at a certain point, I stopped trying to adhere to my little list or the thing that I chose from it. And I end up with something completely different. And so I didn't really follow my self-given prompt, but it still led to something useful. So that's a win in my book. I notice your vids are very inspired by Steven. So what would you say he helped you with most? I'm actually gonna say my videos are not inspired by Steve. I've been making these videos before I realized Steven was already Steve had already had he had that right idea from the beginning, you know. I started this channel like 4 years ago, and I didn't know who Steven was until maybe a couple years after, and I didn't start watching the videos like for real until last year. So I will say he's an inspiration now, now that I know who he is. And I ended up taking his workshop last fall. And so in that sense, what he's helped me with the most was probably further unlocking freedom in personal practice. Like I already felt like I talk to a lot of artists. I hear a lot of their struggles and what are common things people go through. That's why I make my videos to begin with. I had the sense that compared to a lot of other people, I'm not doing so bad. I think I'm doing pretty all right with my art. But there were some some core little hangups and ideas that I thought the workshop would be a useful playing grounds to unpack, and unpack we did. So I'd say that was pretty useful. I'm Crying says, freedom you say. Would you say will has anything to do with this? I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who that is. I have no idea, no clue. Never met him. Do you concern yourself with deeper anatomy knowledge? What part of the body would you really love to master, if there's such a thing? Okay, two questions. So the first question, no, I don't concern myself with deeper anatomy knowledge. I don't have a lot of anatomy knowledge, and I think anyone that does would be able to tell that. But the second question, what part of the body would I really love to master, if there's such thing? There are parts of the anatomy that I do really enjoy. I like cycle through phases of different parts that I fixate on more. I think right now, I like this area for whatever reason. I've been fixating on like shoulders and forearms as well, but just the upper arm and shoulder area and the form around that. I don't know why. That's my fixation lately. It's always shifting though. There are times where I take interest in the rib cage, playing with the lighting on that. But I'm in my arm era. Oh, you're studying the same area? Nice. It's so fun. And not just this angle, but like from the back as well. Like whatever happens when the area where the arm touches the torso, that intersection, the shadows that get cast there. I love that area. I don't know why. All right, stop commenting. I'm crying. Don't say that. No feet talk in my chat. Sorry. I'm sorry I'm crying. I'm supposed to have an extremely relaxed drawing session today. I just didn't know how to react to your comment. Valid reaction. I'll censor it next time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your consideration. Your consideration of the well-being of the stream. I don't know. The word feet and pleasing are way too close to each other in that sentence. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm only half joking. Form is always fun to draw. And I know exactly what you mean. When I do figure drawing, when I get to the feet, I usually just block it out like they're wearing socks. It helps it helps me with the getting a form the way, getting a form, how do I say it? Not making it focus too much on the anatomy, but just on the gesture and the shape of the pose of it all. Just blocking it up. Hands are more fun to me. I like hands more. They're less offensive. I hope not. I hope there is no such talk in this stream. It's not that I've got a thing about them, it's that I've got a thing against them. I think you should phrase that differently because it could be misinterpreted. Thank you. Thank you so much. Save let me talk for one of Steven's midnight streams. Oh my god. Excuse me. Random question: do you ever have members only streams? I like looking back on art streams, and I'd be sad if this one got turned into members only. Nothing wrong with trying to monetize though. No, I don't. I don't have memberships on this channel, or at least not right now. And I don't ever plan on making any of the streams private or members only. They all get saved to the channel. I might do some like streams exclusive for anyone that I like if I ever get channel memberships set up, or if enough people are into Patreon, I would do like private streams there. But I don't make any of the public streams private. IRL hand reveal stream. That will be the case when I have a traditional streaming setup. I have no choice but to reveal my hands on the internet. Don't corpse bait us. How else am I gonna draw and stream traditionally? You want me to wear gloves? I'm not gonna post pictures of my hands. I'm just gonna stream like this, but in my sketchbook or something. Hi, Iz. Welcome. Thank you for the heart reacts. I truly appreciate it. I see them. They're there. Let the hand thirst trap stay in 2020, please. Amen. Is the stream running fine for everyone? I just want to get some feedback. I'm eyeing the YouTube stream stats in the corner, and I see occasional flickering of red. And red usually means bad, so let me know. All good? All good? Okay, cool. Oh, sorry, Iz, I missed your message. I gotta say it like I'm excited. Okay, I'll try again. Hi, Iz. Welcome. That's pretty exciting, no? I don't come across as an enthusiastic person, but trust me, I really am excited that you've joined instead of sleeping. That you've prioritized attending the stream instead of getting rest like usual. It's an honor. Thank you, chat. I don't know what's going on in this painting. Can you do a belly relax? No. I'll refrain from such acts while live on the internet. I don't think I've even reached the point of status where people are clip farming me. Maybe I'll get there one day. I can only dream of that. I want to draw something, but I don't know what. Any suggestions? Thank you. That's a tough question. It's a really tough one. You should just make your masterpiece. Try drawing the best thing you've ever drawn. I would do that. I don't have any like cool ideas or anything, because I'm asking myself that question. I don't know what I'm doing sitting here painting this. I'm just doing it. But I am doing this in hopes that I figure out what to draw. I actually started this random painting with the intention to maybe explore something that would be interesting in a pencil drawing. So that's, if that helps you, if that's a way to think about approaching drawings, I would try that. I'll at least try not to make it an unfinished project. Yes, there we go. I'm crying says put 11 years into it. That's a good idea. I think you can make a pretty good piece of art if you give it 11 years. and have it be a commission for a wealthy family. I need to find some wealthy families and just do commissions for them. If anyone knows any wealthy families that I can do commissions for, that would be really helpful. That might just be the strat. All right, I'm approaching the 2 hour mark, so I may be getting off soon. Thanks for joining, Malayan. I will see you around. Thank you, thank you. How does your captions translate the future? I don't think I know what you mean. Lovely hanging out with you guys as always. Thank you so much. Soggy cereal. Likewise. I have such disdain towards the Mona Lisa. That's valid. Oh. Oh, like live captions. I never looked at that. They're kind of just on by default. I don't think it's from the future. I mean, I don't have any I have normal stream latency. I don't have it like ultra low or low latency. So there's a bit of processing time between what you see and then what's happening. And it's probably generating the subtitles before you see the live feed. Or before you hear the live feed. Goodbye, Mulan. I'm multitasking right now. What are you multitasking doing? Oh, you're playing Val while watching the stream. Oh. I see. Are you now? That's... Yeah, it's crazy. That's so crazy that you're not drawing along. You're playing a video game. Yeah, that's cool. All right, I gotta sign off. You guys are... You guys are not... You're letting me down. I thought you were all drawing. I thought you were all participating. But you all want video games. Bro, you sound like YN's love interest. I don't think I know who that is. Sending 1,000 locusts to your doorstep. I've never gotten that comment before. But I can't wait to receive the package. Thank you. When you're practicing drawing eggs while drawing along to a person's drawing a figure, excellent. I'm glad you're actually drawing. You're drawing too? Thank you. Some saving grace. I still have some faith. Who's gonna tell him? Tell him what? Okay, the stream is destabilizing. I'm being asked about video games and fanfics, and people are going to send locusts to my doorstep. I think now is a good time to sign off. No, I've never heard of fanfics, by the way. All right. Well, thank you for participating in the stream. I appreciate everyone for joining and crash landing. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Saki, Cereal, and Discord email. And I'm crying. And is enjoy your video game. And synapse. I don't know how to pronounce that. And goodbye, VY account dot friend. And everyone else who might be lurking or has this tab in the background muted. And ketamine. Goodbye.